All right. Focus up. In honor of our newest video around the Mercury Racing 400R V10s and the first impression video hitting 100,000 views, we wanted to take a few minutes with Aaron and Kyle and talk through some of the questions that were left on that video and make sure all the questions about this new product are answered. This one's specifically about props. Tom Christman asked, what about running a Sharrow Prop?
I really haven't seen that product, I would say, in a same arena of product that we build here as far as performance base and some of the speeds that we're touching. We definitely support and recommend, if our customers wanted to try different props, different setups, test and tune, we definitely support that. With us being a Merc authorized OEM, the Merc warranty covers the motor, the prop, so if there's ever an issue with the prop that affects the motor, Merc stands behind that.
All right, so the next question comes from a gentleman named Jim D. He says, a company selling to the public should be more professional with their language. Next question comes from Havasu on the Lake. He said, thank you, Sunsation, for the video, but can you give your thoughts on why Mercury is going to a V10 instead of increasing the displacement on the V8 450R? I'm not only curious, I'm in the market for a new engine and boat package. So I'll leave that to you guys.
I'll start off. One of the things I learned as a child from my dad, just as a gearhead, is the only replacement for cubic inch is rectangular dollars. So it's always easier to make power with big displacement, and I would assume that would be part of their decision. The other fact I guess I can share is the current V8 motor is a 4.6 liter supercharged, which is like the 450. And the new motor is a 5.7 liter, 400 horse non-supercharged. So if you're talking like a durability and longevity standpoint, it's always easier to make a motor last longer that's not supercharged. So I'm sure we'll see great things to come out of that motor in the future, but we've been very impressed so far.
Yeah, I'll touch on that too. For me, driving all these boats, feel is very important to me on the power, the acceleration. The V10, the pull on it is intense, and that's where it's seat feel. You might be going 90 miles an hour in each particular instance, but you might creep up to 90 miles an hour versus getting there quicker. And I think that's where the displacement comes into play. The torque and the power curve just get you there faster.
What we noticed on the new V10 400R is that boat, from a dead dig all the way up to top speed, it pulls super hard. If you were to kind of drag race two boats, I guess. I mean, touch on what do you think a drag race would look like?
I would be curious with the 450R versus the new V10. I think, other than a very top end, I think you'd be surprised what that V10 could do.
Well, since you said that, I'd like to point out that there is a 32 with 450s right here, and there's a 32 with 400Rs right over there. We could make that happen pretty easily.
Sounds like
Kyle versus Aaron.
Sounds like a bet.
Yeah.
Kyle versus Aaron.
All right, we'll switch boats after.
Maybe I'll have to get Wayne's help on that one.
So the next question comes from Luis Severino. He asked, what model steering wheel do we use on our boats?
We use Asada steering wheels. That one is the Carlotta.
Carlotta.
Yes. It comes in black and chrome, and it's made with rich Corinthian leather.
Ooh, Italian made.
Italian made.
Italian made. The next question here is, why does your office chair have holes for shoulder straps? I guess somebody's probably referring to the race car chairs that we have that Joe loves, and he bought everything that company had in stock before they went out of business. And we're performance minded, so when it comes down to it, even if we're sitting at our desk, we're still thinking about performance. And there's some other uses for those holes in those chairs too.
There are advantages.
All right, the next question comes from a gentleman named JT. I guess I shouldn't assume that's a gentleman. A person named JT, and he just said, they're engines, not motors, which I'm pretty sure he's calling me out because I said motors instead of engines multiple times. So thank you, JT, for educating me on what I already know. I'll try to do better in the future. I'm not going to read this username because it's kind of weird. The next question was, This is a great product, but how much do they cost? And I'm not really sure if they're referring to the motors or the boat, but for both answers, I'll say contact your local Mercury Racing representative for motor pricing and contact Performance Boat Center for boat pricing.
It's engine, stupid. And that is the professional side of Sunsation.
Now you guys are getting warmed up. Okay, all right. And if you're interested in a boat, contact your local Sunsation dealer. They'll be able to give you all the latest information and pricing on the boat. All right, Totus69 asked, just wondering why a 4-blade prop? I like a 3-blade prop or a prop used on a Mercury 6 drive. Just seems not all in the best performance on that setup. What do you guys have to say about that?
Well, a 3-blade prop is always in the water. You'll have a 4-blade prop, which usually the tips are out of the water, hub's in the water, and 5-6 blade props, you're running on the bottom of the prop. Blades are in the water, bottom blades, hub's out of the water. For our boats, the speeds, the performance, the handling, 4-blade makes most sense. Not saying you can't run a 3, 5, or a 6.
If you look at an older Sunsation, and I'm not calling out our older boat guys, but like if you look at a Aggressor or a Rocket, typically you're going to see like a 3-blade Mirage prop. Back then, that's what was available. The motors ran a little deeper. They were non-stepped boats. So like Aaron said, that's a submerged prop. The prop's pretty much always in the water. As stepped haul and speeds got faster, it's kind of like the 4-blade came out. You can run 4 or 5-blade props. Those are semi-submerged props, meaning we're running a higher X dimension. There's not a lot of prop in the water, and it's a lot better efficiency. And to compare a 3-blade to a number 6 prop to me is laughable in a way. A number 6 prop, you're talking about props that cost anywhere from $8,000 to $12,000 and up. Typically, those run 5 to 6 blades. And those props typically only have maybe 2 of the blades in the water at once. The prop shaft's not in the water. Those are surface drive props that are made to typically run anywhere from 100 to 110 to 200 miles an hour.
We've already said this a handful of times, but we are more than grateful for the opportunity to be a part of the product launch for Merc Racing. It was a great experience. It was great, beneficial for both Merc Racing and for Sunsation. Really cool to see our boats displayed on that high of a level and to know that it's included in all of their marketing content for the next few years. And thank you to anyone who watched the video. We're over 100,000 views on that, which is absolutely amazing for a YouTube channel as small as ours. But we're excited to keep sharing information about this and tell the world more about these engines.
Follow us, subscribe, like, comment.
Swipe up.
Swipe up, left, right.
Did you hear me? I called it an engine that time.
Handle the swear words.